If you set up an LLC to manage your own properties, don't make this mistake. I'm Ted Sutton, and this is Direct Answers from Corporate Direct. And before we get started, please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any general questions about anything. This video topic came to us from Scott Williams because he commented on one of my videos. So the question that Scott asked is, if you are the property manager under one LLC and own the rentals under other LLCs, is it safe to only have one holding company, or is it better to have a separate property management LLC separate from the rentals? Thanks, Scott. So there's a lot of people out there who have their own rental properties who choose to manage their own properties on their own. If you do this, we recommend setting up a separate LLC separate from your rentals. So as an example, let's say that you live in Texas, you have a Texas rental property, and you manage your properties in Texas. Well, the structure that we would recommend for you is we would set up a Texas LLC to hold title to your rental property. And the benefit here is that if the tenant sues you, they can only reach the equity inside that Texas LLC. And instead of you owning the Texas LLC, we would set up a Wyoming LLC to act as a holding company for your rental properties. And the benefit here is the charging order protection that Wyoming offers. So in the event that you're sued personally, the only thing that the creditor could reach is your interest in the Wyoming LLC instead of your interest in the Texas LLC. And because Wyoming has the charging order protection, it's much more difficult for that creditor to reach your interest in the Texas LLC. Now, if you have a property management business, we would set up a separate property management LLC to conduct your business out of. And the benefit here is that you separate your property management business from your valuable assets. And another benefit is that because property management is an active trade or business, that property management LLC would be taxed as an S-Corp. The nice thing here is that with the S-Corp taxation, you could set a reasonable salary for yourself to minimize that 15.3% in payroll taxes that you're paying. However, the big downside to this is that if you have an LLC that's taxed as an S-Corp, that entity can only be owned by you as an individual. And because of that, the property management LLC would need to be separate from your rental properties anyway. So if you have an entity structure with your rental properties on one side and the property management on the other, they would need to be separate, and that's just because the property management LLC is taxed as an S-Corp. And because of that, you as an individual would have to own it instead of having your holding company own an interest in that. I'll see you next time.